in the pre-human rights era, disability was always condemned as an individual problem caused by an individual sin or behavior or whatever you could blame on an individual. So people could only imagine that there are certain tasks that a person with a disability like myself could do. For example, there are always stereotypical belief that being a blind person, you could only be a masseur or a masseuses. You could only play music. And even worse than that, you could only play music on the street. You could only sell lottery tickets or pencils or make baskets. You could not become executive. You could not become parliamentarian. So having a disability, even though you believe in yourself, even though you are fully capable of doing a lot of things, you are always going to be limited by social expectation, which becomes social norm or value, and then creates obstacles through legislation, policy, and practices. As for how I overcome, it's many years of struggle, and it's many years of making lots of effort to prove how capable I am, which I think it is less likely to be done by most, if not all people, because when persons with disabilities are scattered separately from one another, they may be situated in a very remote area, having very low or no education. So their way of life is very much under predestination or designed by their community, beginning with their parents and all the surrounding factors. None of us could be completely free unless all are free. That's sort of like a classic statement. I cannot remember by whom, but if you want to secure freedom and equality for yourself, you must strive to secure freedom and equality and even security for all people. And persons with disabilities are at the bottom of the segment of the society being left behind. If you cannot achieve disability inclusion, you could never expect to achieve inclusive society. If you cannot achieve full and effective participation by persons with disabilities in all aspects, you could never secure participatory democracy, because persons with disabilities are growing in number. As we are moving towards aging society, you're going to see more incidents of persons with disabilities. And if you cannot ensure involvement, active participation, if you cannot ensure universal accessibility to goods and services, if you cannot ensure capacity building, empowerment, endless, with no limit, how could we expect to ensure full inclusion in this region? So I'm not saying for specific favor. I'm saying that persons with disabilities are a very concrete indicator of inclusion if we want to achieve something like that in the future. So we're not asking for more or less. We're asking to be included.